Here with the tribal chief. What's good?
How you feel, good brother?
Oh man, slow motion.
Yeah,
man.
I'm good. I'm good.
I'm all right. All right, you the busiest man in show business. I'm always seeing you on TV. What you got coming up next?
Well, I just had Edwin Jimenez just fought in Florida. That was last week. Now I have Giovanni getting ready to fight Sunday in Michigan.
Okay. Now, with so many fights, so many different styles, so many different opponents, like how do you compartmentalize them? Like how do you separate each preparation? Let me say that each preparation for.
Well, the way I do it, and it's easy. Whoever got the fight first, I dedicate most of my time to the one that got fight first. You know what I mean? And get him together. Once I get him together, then I'll get the next guy they got to fight. And I'll get him together, then the next guy. That's how I go in order. If you fighting this week, I'm on you first. You know what I mean? Get you out the way, then the next guy I fight. Then that's how I maneuver. That's how I work. And that's why I've been so successful with these fighters. You know what I mean?
Now, I've been campaigning for you, Trainer of the Year, right? Stephen Fulton, WBC featherweight champion. Jaron Ennis just vacated his unified titles at 47.
Right.
Andy Cruz undefeated. You won a title with O'Shea Jones. Had an undefeated streak for 4 or 5 years.
Don't forget the schoolboy.
Yeah, yeah. Haven Brady undefeated.
Right.
Giovanni undefeated.
Right.
I know you don't look at that stuff. I know you don't really care about that. You just care about each fight.
Right.
But what would it mean to you if you were?
If I were.
If you did win Trainer of the Year?
Oh, I mean, that's a wonderful thing. You know what I mean? I would love that. You know what I mean? Winning a Trainer of the Year. You know what I mean? That's a history making right there. You know what I mean? When you win Trainer of the Year, even though I won it here in Philly, but winning in
You won it here in Philly a couple times, right?
Yeah, a few times in Trainer of the Year, yes. But known all over the world, Trainer of the Year, that's a beautiful thing to have on your resume.
Now, speaking of known all over the world, you get a lot of international fighters that
Right.
come to visit you, whether
Right.
they're from Europe, Cuba, etc. Right? Where do you feel like that comes from? Just your history in boxing?
Yeah, well, I think it come from that also, but a lot of them go up on Instagram and look on my page and see the work that I be doing with the fighters, and calling me up to them, could they come down and check us out and see how y'all working, see what y'all be doing and all that, and ask me they would like to work with me like that. And I said, well, I got to come. I mean, you got to come down here and let me know what you about, how many fights you got, and I got to see you working in the ring. I got to look at you, take a look at you before I even think about training you. That's what I tell them when they call me up or text me or hit me on Instagram. I say, yeah, y'all can come through, you know what I mean? But I still got to take a look at you. That's what I did with Andy Cruz. I did with Giovanni. I did with a few of them guys.
When you first walked into the boxing gym, did you think that you would be here?
No. I went to the boxing gym just to go over there and learn how to use my left hand, because I used to beat everybody up on an orthodox side. You know what I mean? Not on the southpaw. I mean, as a matter of fact, I used to fight on the right hand side. Yeah, right hand side. I couldn't even use my jab on my left hand, but I was beating everybody up with my right hand. So
you just wanted to just be proficient in
yeah, I just went over there to work out with my left hand.
So you wanted to give an equal ass whooping from left side to right side.
Exactly. A couple of my guys just come from jail, man. I'm gonna try you when I get out. I was a street fighter anyway. You know what I mean? So that's what happened. Once I got that left hand straightened out, it was all she wrote, man. You know what I mean? I stayed in the gym, and that was it.
You've been training fighters for over 40 years.
Oh, yeah, going on 50 years.
Going on 50 years.
Yeah.
Right? Looking back at your career, what are you most proud of?
I'm proud of the fighters that I have and the ones that made it, too. You know what I mean? And I saved a lot of them guys' lives, man. You know what I mean? A lot of them guys was street boys, you know what I mean? Drug pushers, cold gangsters. You know what I mean? And I saved a lot of them. Mothers used to call me up and they said, "Thank you, for doing what you're doing with my son. You know what I mean? You saved his life." You know what I mean? So I've been doing that for years and still doing it as of today. Wasn't charging nobody nothing. Just to keep them kids off the street, man. Give them something to look up to. You know what I mean? Or something, really spectacular. To work out and look at themselves when they get grown and say, man, he saved my life, man.
As a father, what is it like taking your sons to the highest level of boxing?
That's another amazing thing, man. Great. I mean, that makes me feel good, man. You know what I mean? I had all my sons, they was right there at the top level. You know what I mean? Pooh, Farah, and look at Boots. He didn't went overboard. You know what I'm saying?
Was that your vision, like when you had him in the gym, or you just had him in the gym?
With Boots?
No, I'm talking about with your 3 sons.
No. When I trained them, started training them, the reason why I started training them, to keep them off the street, give them something to do, right? And I taught them how to fight. I didn't ask them to keep on fighting or want them to keep on, staying in the gym. I just taught them how to fight so they can take care of themselves in the streets. And then they took it to all the way. You know what I mean?
At what age, for all 3 of them, did you know, oh shit, I might got something here?
Oh man, when they was younger, man, they used to see them when they was younger, man. They all had that it factor, man. When they was younger, hitting the bag, or they see me doing something, they portray after me. I think like 8, 9 years old, like 9 to 10. That's when I knew these guys is the real deal. You know what I mean?
As far as like Pooh and Farah goes, do you feel like Boots having them go first helped his career?
Yeah, it helped Boots out tremendously, yes. You know what I mean? Because Boots saw what they done, and they talked to him like, like I tell them, you know what I mean? You don't follow this same script they did, you know what I mean? They got to the top, and then they just went off, you know what I mean? Went off the grid. What I mean by that, they you got the girls, you know what I mean? That's what the girls, you got his boys, hanging with the boys, partying and all that stuff, you know what I mean? But Boots, nothing like that, you know what I mean? And they told him too, told him, well, don't do what I did, you know what I mean? Or do what we did, you know what I mean? You just keep on doing what you're doing. So.
Is that easy for you, now that you got 2 sons that already went through it, to where as though now you don't always got to be the voice? Now you can let them, from their own experiences, pass down wisdom.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we all on the same tip, though, when it comes to that, though. I tell them, Pooh tell him, Farah tell him, but you don't have to tell him no more because he done made it to the top now. You know what I mean? But he knew the difference between right and wrong. He knew that from back then. But you keep on instilling it in his mind, which way to go. Don't go this way, don't go that way. You got to go the right way. You know what I mean?
So youngest son, right, unifies the division, looked at as one of the best fighters in the world,
right?
Looked at as the future of boxing,
right?
Now he sets his sights on another weight class. What is it like? Like, you're the one that taught him, but what is it like, even like watching it, kind of like from a dad's eyes, not necessarily a trainer?
Oh, I think that's tremendous, man. That's a good move, moving up though, because he held that 147 for like. 10 years, man. Yeah. So it's about time for him to move up, you know what I mean? But I think he did it at the right time, too, you know what I mean? And I think it's a wonderful thing, man, you know what I mean? We move on up and take this on over, you know what I mean?
Now, his kind of walk was a little unusual because a lot of guys go down in the amateurs.
Right.
Boots went up. He fought 141 and fought at 47, whereas though a lot of guys will fight like 141 and they'll go down to 35.
Yeah, Boots was always big. He was cutting weight back then. He was always a bigger fighter, you know what I mean? We had to sacrifice a lot of times, man, when he was fighting at that weight, you know what I mean? And that's why we moved up to 147 when he turned pro. But we fought big at one time. We fought like 150 or 152, a couple fights. And then we got down to 147.
What kind of fighter are you expecting to see at 154 pounds? Man,
they got some pretty good fighters there.
No, I'm talking about with him.
Well, Boots?
Like him moving up. What kind of fighter are you expecting?
Oh, I think Boots going to be... I thought you saw something at 147. At 154, you want to see something, even no different. But I want somebody taking Boots to another level though. Then you want to see a totally different part of Boots. You know what I mean? Saw a little bit. You know what I mean? He gave you a little bit, but he got much more to show, man. Much more to show.